First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Detroit Lions. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position. So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case. Coleman and he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield. You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game. Jeez, you are fired up. When I see a play like that, I can't help it. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll throw here, Kaiser. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. And that negates a pretty decent punt return. And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. They'll look to throw here. And an alley to run. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. They go play action here on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A gain of 39 that time. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency. Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll run for it with Bo Scarborough, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Bo Scarborough, his first touchdown of the new season, and his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Second down, Kaiser. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. To throw, Kaiser. He finds Beckham complete. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's Coleman. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ground?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here we go!
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. On play action, Kaiser. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Isaac Yilam in there to pick it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. His throw incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
This is Coleman. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Kaiser now on 2nd down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Jonathan Allen in there to sack him. For a loss of 6.
Ohio!
On 3rd down, Kaiser. Left side, it's Beckham. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Coleman. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. Flush to his right. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find a target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. didn't happen, also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a second down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Leopard!
They'll set up to throw. And an alley to run. And all the way in for the touchdown. How about that? Their quarterback with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Now the extra point. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense.
And got his man complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Lucky 56.
look to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Scarborough fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Open man is Uzomah. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's Coleman on the toss. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Detroit. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And fortunate to get points on the field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he rifles one incomplete.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They're going to look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field when you go make a play on the football.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions will take over. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it second down. Here's Kaiser. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. He's got a man complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Dante Pettis as the first half is winding down. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. He spins free, and now running right through it. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! Grand 38!
They go play action. Kaiser. Opening there to Beckham. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Final play of the half. Kaiser. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Right back to him on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Finding some room at midfield. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. And they rattle off a big one. 45 yards on the ground.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown. In for the score. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And a play fake down near the goal line here worked out well.
Anytime you can make them think that you're going to run the ball and go to that play action pass, you see the end result, usually a touchdown.
Is that harder? Is the play fake harder to defend for the defense near the goal line, or no? Because there's not as much room to work with?
It is harder because down near the goal line, you're thinking much more of a running play, especially if people run out big formations. So it is harder to defend.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Play fake. Kaiser. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups.
Kaiser hit, and he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And this offense on third down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Watch him now, Barney. Gun. Detroit.
Back to throw here. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Shreds the tackle. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you? Under pressure, they got him again. Larry Ogunjobi with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll throw here. Kaiser. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll drop the throw. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, Kaiser. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this...
And it's caught. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. So out now come the Lions. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go. White, 90. White, 90.
2nd down, Kaiser. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Back now at Ford Field as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Looking to throw. Out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. He's got a 1st down past the 30 and all the way up to the 31-yard line. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you?
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Play action now. Kaiser escaping the pressure right. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the stick. Perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Kaiser to throw it. That's caught. It's Coleman. Burst by him near the 35. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll throw again. Kaiser. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Flushed out right. Airing it out deep for Smith. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. He'll look to throw. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And they bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 16. Now a hit and a loose football. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet, the little rubber pellets shoot up. And it'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Following the interception, Kaiser. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again is Kaiser on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
That 1st down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Kaiser. Smith catches left side. Gets through, and now an opening. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A 1st down throw for Kaiser. He's going to let it fly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 2nd down, Kaiser again. Over the middle of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. They go play action. Kaiser. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now. It's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back, away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week.